Hi, it's Greg Burdine, pastor of Faith Baptist Church in Adrian, Michigan, for this beautiful Monday morning. Hopefully, you're having a good day. I'm starting the week off right, and regardless of whether you're watching this in the morning or the afternoon or the evening or maybe even on Tuesday, hope you're having a good Monday. Start the week out right. Uh, with it being summertime, I've been looking at some Bible verses that have to do with summer. And I found some verses actually that have to do even with the sun. And so I want to share some Bible verses as we go outside, whether it's a sunny day or whether it's a rainy day. The summertime, we often think of the sun. You know, the days are longer, and so the sun's out a little bit more. I don't know about you, but those beautiful red sunsets, it's kind of cool when you see the sunset and it's like a ball of fire, or early in the morning and you see the sun coming up. But the sun is a special creation of God that He's given us. And there's some neat Bible verses that I just want to share with you for the rest of July that have to do with the sun. So here's the first one. It's in Job chapter 9 and verse 7. Job's an interesting book. There's a storyline. If you know anything about the book of Job, Job was a person, and he went through some terrible things, and he questioned God and questioned what happened to him. And so it just talks about a little bit about when bad things happen to some really good people. But throughout Job, there's a lot of talk of the natural world, and this verse speaks to that. It's in Job chapter 9 and verse 7. Listen to this. So what it says, He speaks to the sun, and it does not shine. He seals off the light of the stars. That's talking about God. That is power. God can speak to the sun and tell it to quit shining, and it obeys Him. Now, you might say, okay, like when did that happen? Well, for one thing, it happened when Jesus died on the cross. If you remember when Jesus died on the cross, the story that we hear throughout the Gospels is the sky became dark for 3 hours. That's beyond an eclipse. Remember, we had an eclipse earlier this year. If you went down toward Ohio and you were in the total eclipse, you know, the sun was hidden. And so that's a natural way that the sun can not shine on the earth. But that lasted just a few moments at longest. And in fact, during Passover, which is when Jesus died, it's always, because of the way the sun works and the moon works, it's always without an eclipse. The moon is nowhere there. And so we find out that it was impossible for it to be an eclipse. How did the sun quit shining? How did it get so dark? God. We discover with Moses in Egypt when it was dark for days. How did that happen? Days. God. God told the sun, quit shining, and it quit. We serve a powerful God that can stop the sun from shining and can keep the sun shining. They say that if the sun ever quit shining, there would be no life. All the plants would die. We would die. We have to have the sun. It can't be too hot. It can't be too cool. It is in the right position for this earth to give us life. But God controls even the sun. If God controls the sun, He controls our world. So things going on in your life that you're not for sure about, and I don't want to lessen the stress sometimes that we can feel when things in our life aren't going like what they ought to, and we're a little bit fearful or at least anxious about what the days ahead will be. The one thing we can do is trust that there is a loving God who knows what's going to happen and is going to take care of me. If He can stop the sun from shining, He can do anything. And it's true. Anything is possible with God. Nothing is impossible with God. So it's a great verse to think about on this Monday. So God bless you. Have a wonderful day.